All right, so today, gonna do a little tutorial on how to wet sand some scuffs out of your boat. I got a couple scuffs here that we're gonna get ready to actually clear coat and Bondo. Those are the cracks, those are a little more serious, but I got a couple up here, and I'll show you these couple scuffs up here. They're perfect candidates to get wet sanded. So first of all, we're gonna go over the stuff that you need, so that you get all this stuff before you attempt to do the repair, and then I'll just go over. It's a really easy repair. If you get the right grit sandpaper, you're not really even going to have a problem. I mean, I think some people get a little scared to sand their boat, especially if it's a really new boat and it's 70, 80, 90,000. But this is a really easy repair, and it makes you can do a lot with the gel coat, and yeah, the scuffs, you can get a lot of scuffs out just with a little wet sanding and buffing and compounding. So, all right, so we're gonna go, first I'm gonna show you the scuffs we're gonna do, and then I'll show you what you need to do, what the equipment you need, and then we'll go ahead and we'll just get into the repair. So we're gonna go over the scuffs that I'm actually gonna do here. So you can see them right here. There's one right here, there's a couple right here, and then there's one right here. I got a couple more down there. But those I think are probably a little bit too deep. You can kind of see. That one is definitely going to be a clear coat repair. So I'm going to do that. But these up here, these little scuffs right here, you should be able to, if not get them all the way out, get them really close. So those are the scuffs that we're going to do. And then we'll go over what we need to actually get this done. So here's what I need to do this repair. It's really, and the sandpaper is kind of up to you how you want to do it. But I use, for first sanding, I use 1,000 grit, and then when I'm getting ready to just polish it up, I use 1,500. And then I use Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. That's after you've done your sanding. So you do your 2 sanding, you do the compound, and then I use ice wax. I do have the Meguiar's 3-step that I'm going to do on the boat, but I'm going to do that after I get all of these repairs done. And then I just use my orbital buffer. You can use a regular buffer, which I have right there, but for these repairs I've used my orbital buffer, and it's worked really good. So that's, believe it or not. Oh, and then you need a spray bottle with some water, just some water for the sandpaper. So all right, that's all you need, and then we're going to get into this repair and show you how it's done. Okay. The first step is you're going to, now these aren't really deep scratches either. So I'm not going to bother using a real heavy grit. I'm going to start out with 1,000 grit. If I do need to go down to maybe 400 grit or 800 grit just to get those out, I don't think I'm going to have to do that because they just really look like scuffs. All right, so what I'll do is spray some water in the sandpaper and some water on the area that I'm going to repair. Hence the wet sanding. You just start wet sanding it. You just start sanding them. I sand the whole area. It's going to get milky white, and you'll kind of see it. And that's the gel coat coming off. And I just kind of do it right in there. And one thing you're going to want to do is really clean this repair area off as you're going. So now I'm going to go get a rag. I forgot a rag. So you get your clean rag, and you can never have too many clean rags around. So then you just wipe it off, and you can kind of see it's already starting to get much better, these 2 scuffs. So now you just keep going, and don't be afraid. It's going to start looking pretty cloudy. And that's your gel coat coming off, but you want that. Okay, so I'm gonna I'm going to show you once I get done with this. Just after I'm going to sand it in 2 minutes of sanding.
Buff it.
That one scuff was here, and the other scuff I can't even see, but it was like right up in here, so you can see it's gone already. So that's just after about 2 minutes of sanding. I'm going to scuff out. I got a couple other scuffs I want to try and get out, and then I'm going to I'll show you,
as you can see,
the buffing process.
Stay tuned.
One scuff was right there. Oh no, that's sorry. The one scuff was right there. The other one was right there, and they're gone. So now what I'm going to do is I got a little more sanding to do. I did some other areas up over here, up forward of this. So I did some areas up here, and then I'm just gonna once I'm done with that, I'm gonna clean it all up, get all the dust off it, and then I'm gonna buff it.
She's
and
done.
I'll show you that process. I forgot to mention you want to use that 1500 grit after you use the 1000 grit. Just to blend it in. So now you just gotta wash it off real good. Get all that dust off. You cannot get too much of the dust off. You can't get too much off. So again, here's where the one scratch was. The other one was up here somewhere. They're completely gone. So now though we have to buff this area. You can't really see it, but it's cloudy. So now we're gonna do the buffing process now. So stay tuned. Because whenever I'm doing this, I'm going to tape off the rub rail as good as I can. I don't want to get any wax, any of that compound, or as much as I can anyway. I want to keep it off of the rub rail. So I'm just doing that now, and then once I'm done with that, I'll come back and then we'll show you the actual buffing process. Appearance where I sanded it. But now what we're going to do is, and I have this ultimate compound here that I like to use. Meguiar's Ultimate, because I'm going to use the 3-step process on the rest of the boat. So I like to actually apply some to the pad of the buffer after I shake it up, of course. And then that's how I kind of work it. And you just work it in there. And then you can do a bigger area than where you sanded. I did right in here is where I actually sanded. And I'm doing a bigger area only because I know you guys can't see this, but I'm doing a bigger area because I actually had some other stuff that I needed to sand. So now you just kind of keep doing that. You go over everything, make sure all of that milky white residue from the sanding is gone, and then this should polish it up really nice. I mean, this whole fender came out really good. Yeah, she came out really nice. I'm really happy with this. So, then once you get her all compounded out, I'm going to put the wax on actually by hand. You could use a buffer to put the wax on. But I'm actually going to another little area that I'm going to do where I say you can never have too many rags. So now we're just going to wipe that compound off, and you'll see it's probably going to be nice and shiny right now. It looks really good now, and it's really going to come out. I put it on by hand. I mean, I know some guys will probably put it on with a buffer, but I just put the wax on by hand, and I'm using this synthetic wax, this ice. I really like this stuff. It can get you can get it on the black parts, you can get it on the rub rail, and it won't, you know, it'll turn the rubber rail black, so it won't get all white like a lot of wax does. Then I just put a good healthy coat on, try to cover everything up, give it a good healthy coat of wax, because you stripped everything off with that compound to make it so nice and shiny. I do a bigger area, so the area that I did, you'll notice I'm doing like all the way up into the silver part, just because in case, you know, I got any, and I'm doing way over here, you know, just in case. You want to make sure you get everything when you're doing the wet sanding repair. And then down here, I'm going to get down here. So now I just let that dry. You know, I let that wax dry on there. And yeah, once she's dry, I'll just take her off, and this repair came out really nice. You'll see when I'm done. I'll show you once we dry. Wipe it all. And now we're just gonna wipe it off, get it all nice and cleaned up. And just kind of wipe it down, get all that wax off of there. And actually, I might actually use the buffer for this. Just be a little wider shot here. So you're just going to hit that area with the buffer. You know, hit it to a bigger area. But this came out really, really good. I mean, it's like I said, the whole boat is going to get compounded with the Meguiar's 3-step process. Probably once I'm waiting for gel coat. I have, you know, I showed you, I have a few gel coat repairs that I have to do. You'll see when this comes out, man, this came out great. This came out really, really bright. Came out really good. And then I got a little area down here I did. Oh, it came out really good. Yeah. So, and then we're done. And then I'm going to show you, once I'm done with it, I'll show you a lot of tape on here just because I'm trying to keep the rub rail nice. If you get anything down in that rub rail, it's real simple. You know, just wipe it off and make sure you get all that wax. You know, if there's wax in there, you don't want anything in there to make that rub rail white. But yeah, that came out super, super nice. So there again, that one scratch was right there before. So you can see there's nothing there. Let's get a little tighter on it. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing there. That's the scratch right there. I don't even know if you can see it. That's where it was. Right there. You can kind of see it, but it came out really, I mean, if you look down it, if you look down the edge, look at how that looks. Real nice. And right there where those scratches were, this one out here is going to be a gel coat repair, but look at that. Perfect. There was also a big scratch right here. You can almost see it went all the way up and down, and you can see gone. Okay, well, hopefully that'll help you do your wet sanding repairs, and don't be afraid to do it. You're not going to hurt anything. We did the repair right here. I mean, you can see how nice that looked. It came out really nice. All of the scuff, this hole, there was a big scuff here that went all the way up and around here. It's gone completely. And then these 3 little, or 4 or 5 little scuffs are all gone. So yeah, hopefully that helps you out. Don't be afraid to do it. It's really easy. That whole repair probably took me about a half hour from start to finish. And that was because I was showing you guys what I needed to use. So if I just went at it and, you know, got the stuff ready and did it, it probably would have only taken probably 15, 20 minutes to do that. Now those weren't deep scratches. I've got, like I said, I showed you a few of the ones I've got to do gel coat and glitter in and clear coat and all that, but that'll be for another video. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this informative, and take it easy.